So what happened to the online music streaming service called Grooveshark? Grooveshark was a web-based music streaming service, kind of like SoundCloud, which allowed users to upload audio files that then permitted other users of the platform to listen to and organize these files into playlists. This streaming service came in a time when music labels were still trying to figure out how to overcome the illegal uploading and downloading of music online that had become so rampant in previous years. On January 1st, 1983, the internet was born. Suddenly, media files could be shared across the internet without the extra costs and materials that were previously required to distribute any form of media. People could upload and download at the speed of electricity. Over time, as the internet became more accessible and widely used, companies like Napster popped up that made sharing digital audio exceedingly easy with just a few clicks. But of course, with these types of services came all kinds of legal issues. Users were uploading and trading all kinds of music files for free, but artists and labels weren't seeing a dime. So as you might suspect, the money makers decided to shut these operations down. The lawsuits flooded in, and these companies were quickly extinguished. In 2006, the issue of illegal music distribution was still a problem. Companies like Apple had established online stores like iTunes that allowed users to download individual songs and whole albums. But listeners still had to fork out a fortune if they wanted to listen to a lot of music, as albums would cost anywhere from $5 to $20 and individual songs being around $1, which $1 isn't much until you've listened to all 20 of your songs 5 times and realize, I need more. In 2006, 3 undergraduates, Andrew Barreto, Josh Greenberg, and Sam Tarantino, at the University of Florida set out to remedy this issue. They created a proprietary peer-to-peer network that allowed users to upload songs and sell those songs on the site. Once a song was sold, the profit from those songs would be divvied out, with 70% of the profits going to labels, 25% to the individual seller, and 4% to Grooveshark. They were able to get the approval of various small record labels in 2007, but a problem arose when none of the really big labels were sold yet, and getting their approval would prove much more difficult. Grooveshark's intention was to allow users to only upload music approved by the labels, but filtering these songs was almost impossible as they had no system in place to automatically do so. In order to keep from being a target of the labels, Grooveshark said that all profits made from big label songs would be held in escrow until they either accepted this business model or asked that their artists be removed. Grooveshark was in the clear from legal issues for the time being, as the labels just sat back and watched while this company continued to grow, but still had the issue of preventing users from uploading music that wasn't allowed. Things for Grooveshark were going well. By 2009, they had secured about $1 million in seed funding. The company continued to grow, reaching numbers of up to 35 million users, which brought fantastic profits to them. And in 2011, the founders were listed among the Forbes 30 Under 30 in music. This is about the time that I personally started using Grooveshark. It was introduced to me by a good friend who had a very similar taste in music. I remember playing the OG Super Smash Bros. With these guys. We'd go into the game, turn off the game music, and then we'd turn on the Super Smash Bros. Playlist that we created on Grooveshark in order to get more involved in the game and enjoy this music, any kind of music we could find on there. Which really, back in that day, you could find pretty much anything. Even the songs that weren't really allowed on Grooveshark. My love for Grooveshark increased as it became more and more popular. But with this growth and popularity came some increased difficulties. Many of the big labels still weren't convinced that Grooveshark's business model was the solution. Universal Music Group hit them with a lawsuit at the beginning of 2010, alleging that the company kept illegal copies of Universal's catalog. CEO Sam Tarantino claimed that Grooveshark followed a strict takedown procedure, and that Grooveshark quickly removed content that wasn't allowed. But the labels claimed otherwise, stating that songs which were taken down due to infringement claims often reappeared almost immediately. To the annoyance of the big record labels, Grooveshark was able to hold its own through the onslaught of lawsuits brought to its table for the first few years. Right up until a Manhattan judge on September 2014 ruled that the company was liable for infringement because its employees and officers, including Mr. Tarantino and Mr. Greenberg, had personally uploaded thousands of songs without permission. 6 individuals were named as having personally uploaded between 1,000 and 40,000 songs each. And then other employees had uploaded 33,000 songs, which came out to almost 114,000 songs altogether. For each song, a penalty of $150,000 was requested by Universal, which amounted to about $17.1 billion. Oof. During the trial, Grooveshark denied all of these claims and complaints, stating there was a gross mischaracterization of the documents obtained during the lawsuit's discovery phase. In April 2015, damages were finally determined when the judges ruled that because Grooveshark's infringement was found willful, it could be held liable for up to $736 million, which isn't quite as much as what Universal was asking for, but it's still huge chunk of change. That's almost $750 million. So as part of a settlement between the labels and Grooveshark, in order to avoid severe financial consequences, the founders agreed to shut the company down immediately. In a statement posted on their website, Grooveshark said, "We started out 10 years ago with the goal of helping fans share and discover music. But despite best of intentions, we made very serious mistakes. We failed to secure licenses from the rights holders for the vast amount of music on the service. That was wrong. We apologize." They agreed to wipe clean all of the record company's copyright works and hand over ownership of their website, their mobile apps, and intellectual property, including their patents and copyrights. I remember the day that the news of this shutdown broke out. I went to go access the Grooveshark website, and all that was there was just a message with a few paragraphs briefly stating their apology, why it was shut down, and then a little thank you to their users. Grooveshark's reign was over. All of my beautiful playlists that I had created over the years were suddenly just gone without warning. I now had to turn to some more legal options for music streaming out there, such as websites like Pandora, or this other weird one called Spotify, or whatever. And that's what I've been using up until now. Kind of a huge Spotify nerd. If you liked this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and don't miss out on future videos I'm planning on releasing. If you absolutely hated this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down, and let me know in the comments what I can improve. Later, Gators!